Hi everyone, this is 𝗏𝗏𝗃 from 𝗏𝗏𝗃 coming at you with episode 14 of Feature Friday, our second episode in the series that's focused specifically on 𝗏x rentals and 𝗏x service. Today, I'm going to be going over rental pricing and rental packages. To start off with rental pricing, everything is going to start with rental terms. Our terms will define how and when we invoice for rental units, and on the rental unit card, I'll show you how we define how much we charge in each of those scenarios. In here, you'll see a whole bunch of different terms that I have set up in our demo environment. We like to show off all the capabilities that 𝗏x has in our demo environments, but in practice, you'll probably only have 10 to 15 of these terms. You'll give your term a code and a description and define the period code. This is going to be how long the term is for. We can charge by the day, the week, the month, a 28-day month, really whatever calendar you're wanting to charge based on, we can handle it. Invoice type, we've got a few different options. Here we've got start, which would be invoicing everything at the start of a rental contract, and end, which would be invoicing everything at the end of a contract. We also have periodic start and periodic end, which would be a weekly, a monthly, a quarterly bill based on either the start or the end of that period, invoicing on that cadence. You'll also see we've got optimized here. I'll show what this means on a rental unit. Basically, this means we're going to provide the customer with the best price scenario available if we're charging by the day, the week, and the month. We also have proration. You'll see here, most of these are going to be set to all periods. We can either prorate all periods, no periods, the last partial period, or prorate after a specified period, depending on what you choose. Going into my rental unit here, I'll go ahead and pick one that has optimized terms set up, and I will look at my rental prices. The rental price list for my rental unit is going to be kind of like a menu of different prices that I can charge depending on the terms as well as the sales type. We can set prices for all customers for a rental unit or a rental group, specific customers, or work off the customer price group if you want to charge a special price for different types of customers. Again, here we'll see two sets of optimized terms, one price for the day, one price for the week, one price for the month, and then one set of these will be invoiced at the start of the contract, the other will be invoiced at the end of the contract. If you remember from earlier, we're optimizing all periods here, which is what this means is that we're going to provide the customer with the best price scenario and incentivize them to rent for longer periods of time. So say they have the unit for 7 days. Instead of charging them $175 for the 7 days daily rate, we'll go ahead and charge that week rate of $150. Same for month to week, right? And no need to do any mental math. We'll show this more in depth on our webinar next Tuesday. But again, 𝗏x Rentals will handle that calculation and assignment of the best price scenario automatically. I'll go ahead and open up one of these terms here, and this will open up my rental price card. Again, we're keeping it very high level today, just a basic time-based period here. But again, a whole bunch of different scenarios that we can handle if you need to bill for metered usage with a base price, price up to a certain amount of usage, or if you only want to charge the customer for when it's actually being used and then charge a different rate for standby billing. And then we can also charge for damage waiver and then an additional fee. Typically, this is used for an Enviro fee or maybe an additional damage waiver for insurance, something like that. Again, we'll get much more in the weeds on this next Tuesday on our webinar. And to round out this video, we'll go ahead and take a look at rental packages. So rental packages are going to be groups of rental units or standard offerings, right? And there's a few different ways that we can charge for these packages. We can do either what's called a roll-up, or we're going to take the price of everything in the package and just roll that up into one price. You'll see here we're using roll-up pricing. So these are the 3 units that are going to be within this package, and then we're going to roll the price of those 3 up and charge based on whatever the terms are, the roll-up price of these 3 items, right? So that's option 1. That's going to be roll-up. Option 2 will be what we call price allocation. So in the price allocation scenario, we're going to actually do the pricing at the package level. You'll see here I've got day and month terms set up. So this is what we're charging at the package level, and then we'll allocate that revenue amongst the units in the group here. Again, we will get much more in the weeds here next Tuesday, but a few different options for how we can handle these packages and the actual units within the packages. So if we want to go ahead and lock this quantity down, so whoever's doing quote entry or order entry, if they pick this package, they can't change the quantity of this line, right? I can go ahead and lock that quantity down. I can go ahead and toggle that off if I want to include anything at zero price for the customer. So they're just including it at no price. And if I don't want to show the unit or the group on the printout of the quote or contract, I can select this do not print here. So that's going to be it for today's Feature Friday. Again, keeping it brief, but if you liked what you saw today and you want to get much more in the weeds, ask some questions, I will be hosting a webinar next Tuesday. We'll be sure to throw that link down there in the comments on LinkedIn here. In the meantime, happy Friday, have a great weekend, and we'll see you all next Tuesday on our webinar. Thanks.